All right, guys, so I have kind of an exciting update on the Chanel journey, and maybe we're switching over to an Hermès journey, so stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome. If you're new to my channel, my name is Caleb, and on here you're gonna find a lot of things like, oh, I don't know, luxury shopping, reveals, reviews, unboxings, luxury travel, daily vlogs, pretty much anything that has to do with life and style. You're gonna find it right here. So before we go any further, just do yourself a favor, hit subscribe, give a thumbs up, say hi down in the comments. Also, I post new content every Wednesday and Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. And if you need a little bit more Caleb, which, I mean, why wouldn't you? Hello. Find me over at Instagram, caleb.snell.designer. And we're punching our tickets. The Chanel crazy train is leaving the station. We're picking up speed. I have an update for you guys as promised. Starting out this year, for those of you who are new around here, welcome. You're in for a treat. There's a lot of crazy going on around here. The start of this year, I declared 2022 the year of Chanel. I said, you know what? I've always wanted a Chanel bag. This is gonna be the year I get one. So excited. That was in my New Year's Eve resolutions video. Link down here if you wanna kind of compare and, you know, see what I bought this year, I guess. The last video, Chanel episode, we talked about 5 Chanel bags that I really liked. And there was one, in fact, that I immediately struck off the list. Zane, help me remember what I had to say. We saw the boy bag. I like it. I should probably have more of a visceral reaction to a bag if I'm gonna spend nearly 5K, so let's mark the boy bag out. As you can tell, I was, immediately talked myself out of this bag, but the Rube Goldberg crazy gear started turning and I fell in love with it. You guys, I fell head over heels for this bag. Not gonna lie, Zane was on board, I was on board, we had the money in the Chanel fund good to go. I was ready to buy. However, if you remember, in that video, at the very end, I threw a curveball and I said, well, maybe I wanna buy an Hermès bag. I don't know. Then this one popped up, the seed got planted, I was ready to buy. So I took my debit card, entered in all my information, hit put on reserve, declined. And I'm like, that's weird. Like, this literally never happens. I'll have a crazy amount piled up at the Gucci checkout. Bank doesn't call me, credit cards don't call me, no one cares. Like, that's just Caleb. This isn't not normal. So just let the purchase go through, it's fine. So if anyone ever stole my cards, I guess do luxury shopping. Please don't. So then I get a text message from my bank, like, is this you? I'm like, literally it is like 3 a.m. and I'm on Fashion File. Yes, it's me, like, duh. So I did the whole Y thing, Y for yes, send it back. And I try and make the purchase again. Declined, but this time, when it has like the breakdown for the reserve, before you actually buy it, it'll like have the full amount owed. This time it was the amount minus the reserve amount owed. So it was like it took the payment and like knew that I, Caleb Snell, had put this Chanel boy bag on reserve, but it wasn't pending for my bank. I didn't have a Fashion File confirmation. I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I low-key waited like maybe 40 minutes, probably not because I have no chill, you all know this by now. And I took out one of my credit cards and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try and push it through. Like, for some reason my bank's being weird. I'm gonna push it through with my credit card, and if all three amounts go through, then I pretty much paid it off. Like, no big whoop, like, done, fine. That also declined. I'm like, okay, something's wrong with the Fashion File website. Like, my cards don't decline. I thought, I'm gonna give it the weekend. Come Monday, if it's still acting weird, maybe I'll call and whatnot. Not only do I have no chill, I'm also very fickle. So one minute I'll love something and be like 100% on board. Then the next minute I'm kind of like, this is pretty much like 2/3 of the way to a Birkin. I might as well just do that. So I let it go. I checked my reserve section on Fashion File. Nothing ever came up, never got an email. Bank never left, my credit card never left. That I took as a sign. I am huge into like signs and manifestation, minus the Bulgari bag, still very bitter, but I'm all about signs. And this could not have been a more clear sign. I tried not once, not twice, but 3 times to pay for this bag and didn't go through. That was a wake-up call for me. That was like the universe cares what kind of bag I buy. Like, this is silly, Caleb. Something was like, putting this in motion that now wasn't the time to buy a Chanel bag. Don't get me wrong, I love Chanel. One day I will own several Chanels. Now is not the time. So we're switching gears, we're switching lanes, tracks, however you want to say it, on this crazy train, this crazy journey we're on. We're leaving the Chanel platform and we're heading to H-Town, that big, beautiful orange station at the end of the line. We're heading to Hermès. So when it comes to Hermès, I've always wanted an Hermès bag. Do not get me wrong. Like, I have one, my Rio clutch from like 1994 or something. I don't know. It's box cap. It's gorgeous. I love it. So I'm thinking like the 2 classic styles. Like, don't get me wrong. Ever since I was a little gay boy, I've always wanted a Birkin, especially a blue jean Birkin. Like, oh, holy grail bag. We all have holy grail bags. Now we have holy grail bags that are attainable in our minds. Like, for me, it was the Louis Vuitton Multicolor Speedy 30. I've wanted one since like 02, 03 when they came out, and I finally got one this year. Favorite bag in all the world. Like if you asked me, you know, when I was younger if I would ever be able to own a bag because it was so expensive to me at the time, I would have laughed at you. Same thing with a Birkin or a Kelly. Now that I'm almost to purchasing one, like this feels pretty darn good. I just have to pick the right one. Do I go Kelly? Do I go Birkin? I want to hear from my Hermès owners. Like, do you have a Kelly? Do you have a Birkin? Which do you prefer? Which one do you like more? Like, what's easier to use? What works better for you? I know Yoda has that gorgeous Birkin, so I want to hear from you, Yoda, about this. I'm excited about this journey. So when it comes to the Birkins or the Kellys, I know for a fact that I'm gonna have to go for like a larger size just because the smaller ones are so popular. They're much more expensive. I have a price point comfort zone in my head. Ideally, like 6,000 to like 10,000 absolute top, which sounds crazy to say out loud. So my comfort zone's that sweet spot, that entry level Hermès, if you will. That's what a lot of my picks today are. They're gonna be more entry level. We're not gonna see any exotics yet, unfortunately. Before we dive in, my favorite colors for Hermès are anemone, raisin, or blue jean. Those are my ride or die, like favorite, holy grail, love it. Anytime I see them, you know, in person or online, my jaw drops immediately. Like, I love color. So this one is a 35 in the color anemone. I absolutely love this one. It's in the box cap and the retorn style, which I think, you know, box cap is inherently a much more formal leather, in my opinion, for Hermès, especially in the Kelly. But I love that they did it in the retorn style. It's a much more casual style. I think it's gonna look more, you know, everyday than just the box calf Cellier style. And I like that they used the silver hardware on this one. Now this one does still have its stickers intact, which is kind of a bummer, especially because it's a 2008 bag. So I'd be a little bit worried about damage to the actual metal itself. You shouldn't leave your stickers on your hardware, by the way, ever. Oh, price point. You probably are like, Caleb, how much is this one? $8,050. It's currently 30% off, which is a lot of money if you, I mean, when you think about it, but it would be like the equivalent of 5 or 6 regular fashion file purchases, maybe. It's really not that bad. It's just consolidating everything into one purchase, I guess. Now, this bag it does come with quite a bit. It's missing its dust bag, it's missing its raincoat, and it's missing its lock. However, corners are perfect. Price point, pretty darn good. I could go to Hermès, I think, for what's a replacement lock, like $400 or $500, maybe $800. I don't know. I don't really know a whole lot about Hermès. I know a little bit. I've read Bringing Home the Birkin by Michael Tonello, and I've watched all the YouTube videos on it. So I know some things. I know a lot more about Hermès than I do about Chanel. So when you watch that Chanel video, if you go back, link down in the description, I sound like a train wreck, not gonna lie. However, I really do like this one a lot. Now, when it comes to the Kelly or the Birkin, I like that the Kelly has a single, you know, strap on top, much like my peekaboos. Love my peekaboos. And I like the idea that you can go crossbody. So it's gonna be good for travel. It's gonna be good for like going to lunch, running downtown here in the city, just, you know, everyday life. I think you have the ability to handhold. You also have the ability to wear it with a strap. It's a little bit more versatile than, say, the Birkin. That is my next point though. The Birkin is going to be much more easier to get in and out of, whereas the Kelly, you're going to have that fiddly strap on the turret post thing, and getting in and out is going to be a pain. Now, before you say in the comments, I know what some of you are going to say, Caleb, just wear it with the flap open, it's so casual. I have no chill. I could never do that. I would just be stressed the entire time that all the stress of the bag is just on that one piece of leather and it's not being supported by the clasp in the front. I'm going to be a type of person, I'm not going to do the singles. Probably not, but I'll leave the singles kind of hang down, but I gotta have the flap closed. So next up on the list is a different leather, but the same color. I absolutely love anemone. It's a gorgeous color, and fun fact, it actually means like protection. The anemone flower, I guess, will like close itself when it senses danger or sunlight or something weird like that. Like how a flower can sense danger is beyond me, but apparently it does, and it closes. So anemone is kind of like carrying that vibe, I guess, that aesthetic of protection. And I mean, when you're carrying a, you know, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 handbag, you probably need some protection, I guess. Now this one's done in the Togo leather and it's a size smaller, it's a 32. I do like the idea of like a 32 or 28 Kelly, but again, I know you're gonna pay a little bit more. In this case, this one's priced at $10,395. This is a 2014 and it is nearly a full set, minus dust bag and box. Folks, what are you doing with your dust bags? Keep it with the bag so that way, you know, people like me who buy a lot of pre-owned can have a dust bag. Thank you. Anyway, this one's super cute. I like the Togo leather. It's in the retorn style, so it's going to be a lot more casual than, say, the box calf, even though it was in retorn. I think Togo inherently has a much more, you know, casual vibe to it. It's much softer. It's not going to hold its shape up as well as box calf long term. So that's something I have to think about. I do like, you know, for a bag like this, I would like it to remain structured as long as possible. This one still has the stickers on the hardware, but again, it's only 8 years old as opposed to, what was the other one, 10? I don't remember. So the hardware on this one does look phenomenal. Love it. Corners are good. Strap is in nice condition. Feet look great. It's a good bag. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna be waiting for it to hit 30% off though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not in any rush to spend 10K. Anyway, the last one on this list, and by far most expensive Kelly, I think, yes, it's the most expensive Kelly, is one of my other favorite colors. I absolutely love blue jean from Hermès, especially in Togo leather. It is a vibe 100. I'm here for it. We're living for it. This one is in the Taurillon Clemence leather, which is going to give you a nice fine pebbled grain to the bag. It's in the retorn style, so you have the more relaxed casual edges. Corners are in perfect condition. This one is from 2002, nearly mint. Comes with a dust bag, comes with a strap, comes with a clochette, lock, and 2 keys. Like it's pretty good. I couldn't ask for much more, I guess. This one is priced at $10,760. It's currently in 191 carts. So will it hit 30% off? I'm not hopeful, but it could. Stranger things have happened. And I really do like the idea of the 32 size. I think on my frame, that's gonna look really good. Regardless of size or gender, the Kelly 40 kind of leans towards business. He's bringing big business, briefcasey vibes. So I think when you go with the Kelly, the smaller the better. Probably I would love a mini Kelly, but that's not gonna happen for a few more years, I'm sure. I really like these 3. So those are right now like my 3 top picks for the Kelly. What did you guys think? Before we go any further, let me know in the comments. Did we love the Kellys? I mean, I love the Kellys. Did you love the Kellys? I love the color anemone. Now you're thinking to yourself, like, Caleb, like, why are you buying? You're spending a lot of money. The bag should probably be more versatile as far as color goes. I hear you. That's valid. I've never been one of those people to like fancy themselves as like, I have to have a neutral to like make it get my money's worth, I guess. I love color. I wear a lot of bold things. Says the guy in the big gay pirate blouse that's black. I like a lot of color. I like a lot of pattern, wild, fun, funky things. So I'm not afraid of that. I think that a dark purple bag could easily work with just about any outfit, almost. I mean, I'm really not seeing one where it wouldn't in my head. Maybe not with orange. That'd be kind of garish, but it could. You never know. With that in mind, I have found a nearly perfect Birkin that is kind of a neutral. This is the Tadelakt Birkin 35 in a taupe. For neutrals, a taupe is like my favorite color. It's like a nice, rich, gray, browny color. It's not too dark, it's not too light, like it's a good medium color. And I really do love the Tadelakt leather. So when it comes to Tadelakt, it's very similar to Swift. However, it's much more stiff, much more sturdy. It's very similar to box calf, but it's much more glossier, much more shiny. I think it's kind of a vibe, especially with the white stitching, the silver hardware. Like, it's a good bag. This one's from 2017, features very minimal wear. There's a little bit of scuffing on one of the feet, but it's not like I'm gonna like flip my bag upside down and you're gonna judge me for my scuffed up feet. Or, I mean, you might, but that's kind of weird. That's on you. I'm just kidding. This one's from 2017, comes with a dust bag, box, lock and 2 keys, and the raincoat. It is a complete set. Kind of amazing, right? Right? I love the idea of having a Birkin. Like I said, I've wanted a Birkin ever since I was a wee little gayling, little gay boy. I just don't know what it is. Now, fun fact, I am kind of a gamer nerd. Way back in the day, if anyone ever played City of Villains, I think it was, my username on there was Black Birkin. Total vibe. I had a really cool character, not gonna lie. I still use that name actually on PlayStation Network. So if you're on PSN, go ahead and add me, Black Birkin, all one word. I'm on Uncharted a lot. If you are into the Uncharted multiplayer, I'm on there like daily. Excuse my language on there, by the way. Anyway, add me on PlayStation if you want. It's kind of a vibe, I guess. What do I like more about the Birkin over the Kelly? A, I like that it's easier to get in and out of. B, Birkin is just much more fun to say, like, oh, my Birkin, Birkin fund, Birkin bucks, carrying my Birkin. Grab my Birkin. Kelly, I love the Kelly, don't get me wrong, but Kelly is not quite as fun to say as Birkin. Birkin's just a fun word. It is what it is. I also like it's more casual. You can get in and out easier. And I just kind of feel like when it comes to Hermès, it's like the quintessential bag to like dream of and to want. And it has been my holy grail as long as I can remember. The minute I found out what a Birkin was, I've wanted one. The next Birkin on my list is a gorgeous color. This one's in the Fjord leather, which is very similar to Togo, but it has much more of a bigger, thicker grain to it, which is kind of neat. It's a vibe. I like that vertical graining that it has going. Really cool. Love that rich shade of Cassie. This one, it is, oh, did I even tell you how much the last Birkin was? The Tadelakt? $9,595. So full set, kind of in my comfort zone, gorgeous bag. I mean, is this Caleb's Birkin that we're looking at? I don't know. I'm kind of loving it, not gonna lie. Anyway, so back to the Fjord Birkin. So this is the Fjord Birkin 40 in the color Cassie. I know I said I would prefer smaller bags, but I'm open to a Birkin 40. I like how big and exaggerated and sloppy they look, I guess. So I'm okay with the bigger sizes, like 35, 40. I know it's gonna be a minute before I can have like a 30 or a 25 Birkin, just because they're so expensive right now, but I'd be okay with a bigger Birkin. Medium Kelly, big Birkin. Big Birkin energy, BBE. So this one comes with quite a bit. Clochette, lock and 2 keys, raincoat, no dust bag, no box. Bummer. It's from 2011. It's in really good condition. The interior is in nice shape. Corners are perfect. Feet, perfect. There's really nothing wrong with this bag. And I like that it's a dark, rich purple, a little bit darker than Anemone, but not quite as dark as Raisin. Like it's right in that sweet spot where it's like still obviously purple without being like, hey, I'm purple. You get what I'm saying? Now, the final Birkin that we're going to discuss is above and beyond my favorite. It is a Vibe 100. Even Zane will admit it. He said it leans a little Western, which I guess I kind of see, but I love this bag. It checks all the boxes for like what makes a Caleb bag a Caleb bag. Like this one is over the top, it's special, it's unique, and it's Anemone. Like hello, it's Anemone, of course it is. This is a Togo Swift Ghillies Birkin 35 in Anemone. The best Hermès color, not gonna lie. I really do like malachite though, especially with rose gold hardware, but that's not my price point yet, so I'm not gonna dream that big yet. This one's from 2014, comes with a clochette, lock and 2 keys. For this bag, I'd be willing to forego all the accoutrement. It is gorgeous. It's currently priced out at $13,250. Now the Ghillies, Birkins, and Kellys, they're very unique. This one's only in 67 carats, whereas like other bags that we've looked at are like in 100, 150. Do I have to worry about this one selling out at full price? Probably not. Like it probably will go down in price. I think I've already done the math, and at 30% it does hit my sweet spot that I'm comfortable with. Will it hit that? Knock on marble, let's hope, because I love this Birkin. What's so special, you ask? You're so curious. I love that about you. Thank you. I love the broguing detail. One of my favorite Balenciagas that I will never get rid of is my giant covered hardware Raisin envelope clutch. I love the broguing details, especially in like a rich, fun shade like purple. It is a Vibe 100. I love the extra detail of that tassel at the end of the clochette strap. It's a gorgeous bag. They have a Ghillies Kelly, I think in blue jean, that's also on my watch list, but like one of the panels is really faded, so not sure if it's like high up on the watch list, but it's on the watch list too. I just didn't share it with you guys. Again, if any of you buy any of these bags today, I'm gonna be real upset. I'm just saying, just kidding. I mean, please don't, but I said what I said. I love this one a lot. I keep saying that, like it is gorgeous. My jaw dropped when I first saw it, if that says anything. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bag. I mean, can you just see this like on the shelf in my closet? I can. I think it would be a good starter Birkin. Like when it comes to Birkins, when you get a whole lot of them in the same room, they're like Togo, Clemence, Epsom. They all kind of like, they're a little one note. They all kind of look the same. Like you might be able to like dress it up with a rodeo or a scarf, or maybe you got a fun quirky color. This one though like stands out without being an exotic, because we're not at that price point yet. That's the final Birkin. What did you guys think? Am I a Kelly guy? Am I a Birkin guy? I'm obviously a both guy, but what do I buy first? That's what we need to ask ourselves. So yeah, join me on the Hermès journey. It's gonna be a fun one. Now, you're like, Caleb, how are you gonna fund this? With the Chanel Fund. Don't be rude. I'm just kidding. So the Chanel Fund is now known as we're gonna call it the Birkin Fund. It's a lot more fun to say than the Hermès Fund or the Kelly Fund. It's the Birkin Fund. And any money that I put in there, I call Birkin Bucks, because I'm lame. Hashtag Birkin Bucks. This is the track we're on. We're gonna go with Hermès. We're saying goodbye to Chanel for now. Like we'll circle back. We'll get the return train back, you know, the return crazy train back down to Chanel Town. But for now, we're heading towards Birkin or Kelly territory. I've wanted either or for the longest time, so it's not like I'm gonna be settling for one over the other. Like either one in my collection would be end all be all amazing. I would absolutely love that. I do think that I'm more of a Birkin person up front. Now, don't get me wrong, the Kelly is very reminiscent to my Fendi Peekaboos, but I like that the Fendi Peekaboo has the one handle at the top. Amazing. I love one handle bags, obviously. Muse 2, Peekaboo, the .com, if you guys can see it back there. I'm a one handle kind of guy, love it. What I don't love is that you have to fiddle with the strap. The thing that the Peekaboo's got right is that they're basically an open tote. So you have a Birkin meets a Kelly, and it's perfection. Now with the Birkin, it's classic. I love it. Now, is it as formal or as dressy as a Kelly? Probably not, but I think you could still, you know, carry it to nicer events and things like that. If you wanted to carry a big bag to an event, kind of weird, but you do you. Don't let me judge. Safe space. And I've always wanted a Birkin longer than a Kelly, I think, in my mind, quite honestly. I've always wanted a Birkin. I've always said like, oh, my Birkin, one day I'll get my Birkin, 5-year gold Birkin. That's another thing too. Like, I'm on the edge of buying a Birkin. Like, honestly, as much as, you know, we like to dream and reminisce, like romance and plan for the future, like I'm almost there. Like, that is like pretty freaking cool, I guess. I feel really accomplished. I'm very proud that I'm almost to a Birkin. However, we do have to have the vlog sale first because A, I'm out of room. B, I'd like to take the funds out of a few things that I'm not using or that I've fallen a little out of love with and put it towards something that I'm absolutely crazy about. That's what we're gonna do on September 4th. Mark your calendars for the September 4th mega vlog sale. There will be Balenciaga, there will be Gucci, YSL, Louis Vuitton, and Coach, and maybe a few curveballs. I'm still, you know, kind of assessing my closet, kind of thinking through. I almost thought I was gonna sell a peekaboo. No. Absolutely crazy town. Not gonna sell a peekaboo. I love them too much. So yeah, mark your calendars, September 4th. Now I know I promised that today would be a recreation of an earlier video. That is still happening. I just at 1 a.m. didn't feel like getting everything out to recreate that video. There's a lot of accoutrement to that video, a lot of different angles and things. So today's just like a sit and chat, just a chill little sit and chat. We love those. Those are fun. We enjoy them. I have an exciting announcement and I don't know if Zane's gonna keep this in here. So if he wants to, he can edit it out or not. We're getting married this Saturday, the 27th. And I'm so excited. We've been together nearly 16 years in November and we're finally tying the knot, making it official, I guess. I don't know, whatever you want to say. It's gonna be a small, intimate thing. His parents are coming in from out of town. Just a fun weekend together as like a little family kind of thing. And I'm gonna try and vlog it. I want to be able to like sit down and, you know, kind of watch this maybe one day with our kids if we have kids. Do I want kids? I don't know. I mean, I've got, you know, white upholstery, so are kids the smartest idea? Probably not, but can't plan your life around a sofa, I guess. But no, I would just like to be able to, you know, sit back, watch it again with Zane someday. So I definitely want to film something. Like there's gonna be something filmed and it's gonna be a special memory on this channel. The big wedding episode. Super excited. My clothes are going to be bomb.com. Like I have like the perfect suit came in. I have the right jewelry, the right bag, the most beautiful shoes from Italy to wear. Like it's gonna be a fire look. Like I hate to toot my own horn and brag, but it's a good look. And Zane's look is actually really cute too. So I'm super excited to finally call him my husband. It's gonna be so weird. After nearly 16 years, he's gonna be my husband. Anyway, lots of big changes. Birkins, weddings. I'm turning 34 this year, which I'm not handling well. Guys, I'm freaking out. 34 to me is like your mid-30s, like 34, 35, 36, mid-30s. And is 34 too soon to have a midlife crisis? Because I'm on the verge. I am not handling this upcoming birthday well. I do not know why. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Again, I love all the input that you guys have to say, so sound off in the comments. Birkin, Kelly, try to talk me out of it and get me back on the Chanel train if you want. Sound off. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Your opinions mean a lot to me and I love interacting with all you guys. And we're almost at 3,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. You know, what are we, a year and a half in at this point? We're nearly at 3,000. That's so awesome. So thank each and every one of you for investing your time, choosing to watch my channel, subscribing, interacting. Like I have loved this experience so much and you guys make it worth it. So thank you. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. I'm gonna cut it off there. I'm tired, I'm rambly. It is what it is. See you guys on Wednesday, all right? Bye-bye.